Whistler Housing Authority was created about 25 years ago. The resort municipality of Whistler was quickly growing, and the local council and mayor of the day realized that housing was becoming a greater issue and challenge for employees living in town. They realized that they needed to do something to address the housing challenge and set about creating specific inventory of housing that's restricted exclusively for the workforce in Whistler. We oversee about 6,600 beds of employee housing, and we have rental housing opportunities and affordable home ownership units. Our employee housing program, I think, has become a very important legacy for the community because it really enables employees that might come here on a short-term basis to put down roots. And we know as a community the difficulty in attracting and retaining employees in order to service the economy. By setting aside and creating an inventory of housing that is only available to people that are working in the community is very helpful to those businesses and in turn to the community. Our program in Whistler, I think we're constantly looking to innovate and try different ways to create affordable housing opportunities. This is the WHA's 1020 Legacy Passive House apartment building. There's 24 units in this building, and it was created through a partnership with CMHC and their Innovation Fund. We set out to build the first Passive House certified apartment building outside of the Lower Mainland. If we can keep our operating costs down, we can in turn pass that on to the tenants that are living in the building through more affordable rents.
So the key features that make a passive house building a passive house are essentially the building is designed to really minimize any external energy inputs to either heat or cool the building. And so as a result, the building needs to be super airtight. It needs to be highly insulated, both in the walls and in the windows. So for instance, we have triple glazed windows here, and it needs to have efficient heating systems and heat recovery ventilation systems. The energy efficiency of this building is obviously super high compared to your typical construction. Generally speaking, our tenants do not rely on any heating source during the winter. Purely them being in the building, their appliances and their cooking heats the building, and it's so insulated. It's super airtight. A measure is air changes per hour. The passive house standard is 0.6 air changes per hour, and what that really means is how much air is leaking from the building, and we achieved 0.015. The other thing which is becoming increasingly important is the filtration systems in the building. We're seeing more and more wildfires, we're seeing more and more smoke, so all of that is filtered out. Having this passive house building is important to us as an organisation, that we are doing our part to meet and achieve Whistler's sustainability goals. And as for our tenants, something that we've learned along the way is energy efficiency actually equals affordability as well.
Once they know that they've got security and stability in affordable housing opportunities, they'll be able to stay in the community, and that is part of our main mandate, is to make Whistler the place for employees to call home.